Yo YouTube, welcome back to another video, and yes, it's a sad time because we are using rumbling. But this is the Traitless Strat. Pretty much you can see the score I got is 13.3 billion. And yeah, pretty much we're only using two rumblings. We use first one pretty early just for the wave 30 boss because for some reason he's just so tanky. And then after that the wave 30 and 40 boss just die together because of the rumbling. And then what else is there? We have two errands placed towards the front a bit, and that's to farm damage and let the enemies regen again because we have no bleed, so we're letting the enemies take damage. Then we're gonna let them regen again, and then kill them off at the back. So pretty much that's all it is. You know, the strat is pretty simple to follow. You just need to follow the rumbling timings. I'll leave the first rumbling, you can do whatever time you want. Just make sure to kill the boss. And then the last rumbling is a set time. It's 118. I'll put it on the top left. So that's pretty much it. Let's just get into this, and good luck with the runs. Okay guys, so you can see in the top left, I left the rumbling timing for the final one. The reason for just the final one, because we only use two rumblings. And pretty much the first rumbling you use, the timing can be whatever. You just need to kill the boss. That's what that matters. As long as you kill the boss, you should survive and deal with everything else. But yeah, you'll see, use your eye sacrifice and you just show. It's just pretty much the early game is just Griffith and Takaroda. That part should be easy to follow. I'm not going to say anything for this part. So to be watching 2B Hero X right now. I'm on like episode 17. So yeah. But yeah, so far this anime's been pretty decent. It's quite fast paced, but not too bad. So you guys got any recommendations for like what animes I should watch? Just let me know, innit? I mean, I've watched a good chunk of animes, but it's like, if you got any recommendations, let me know. You can see you're just chilling. But the reason we can get so much damage is because we're placing two errands a bit further forward and letting them damage the enemies to regen off them. Because once they regen, we can farm more damage off them. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. We're only letting one enemy leak, so we're losing one stock only. I think this run is pretty optimized. You can probably optimize a few more things, but the reason I can't really optimize it to the maximum is because I need to go out in like, what time is it now? 11 o'clock. I need to go out in like 1 hour. So yeah. And then let's see. AV's kind of dry right now. Crusaders should update soon. I'll probably be spending most of my time on Anime Crusaders for the next few days. But you see, once you got light form, Griffith should deal with it. And once you got light form and your farms are maxed, you just place all your stocks. Place one stock up here, one stock around here. And Stark also adds to the damage farming because Stark's wolves pretty much always hit the enemies, so pretty much it's just free damage. Because it's based off his own damage stat, doubled it. So let's see, the Starks are doing like 4.45k. Pretty much the wolves are doing like 8.9k. So 8.9k every like 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure. So it's not too bad. So it's not too much damage where it's killing them, but it's a little bit of damage where it can let them regen. But you don't need to upgrade any units or place any units right now because pretty much what's the name? Griffith can deal with the most part early game. But yeah, you can see, yeah, look, it's just so simple. Yeah, I won't be speaking too much because there's not much more for me to say. When I do need to speak, I'll speak. So enjoy the silence. Well, what you know happening? Like, I guess you guys could also leave questions for me if you guys want me to ask questions in the next video. Because there's not much I can say. I can't really speak the whole 20 minutes. Because when the game's dry like this, there's nothing to speak about. Yeah, well, you wanna make sure you place your mid first, then Aaron. Doesn't matter. Either order doesn't really matter, to be honest. So at least placing them. And you're not really wasting the Zeke buff yet, because you do know when you place Zeke, you get like a 40% damage buff for 20 seconds. I mean, 120 seconds. Yeah, even Griffith alone should be able to deal with this boss. Most of the damage is coming from Griffith anyway. Aaron's just there just to help out slightly. Yeah, and you can see mobs are still not an issue. Don't have to worry about the mobs. Yeah, once you have the Rumbling Max, you pretty much place your other units up front. I'm just trying to find out I'll do placements for them. I'm just trying to find the placement. Took me a bit of time. Place one errand there, and place one more errand here. The reason why I'm not placing him so he's exactly on base right now is because after 120 seconds, he buffs his range by 10%, I'm pretty sure. It's 10 or 20%, so he should be hitting base regardless. And so I'm putting each stock to upgrade 2. And now he places Zeke here, just so he can get the buff on all the errands. Because I'm pretty sure it is a map wide buff. Unless it only works for giant allies in range. Can't remember. You can just upgrade Zeke next. Make sure you keep follow off the boss, where the boss is. Because you need to follow the boss with thingy, with dark. You can pretty much see how chill this is. And now you just follow the boss with that spare stock, the very final stock. But you can see the indicators of just all the region. Make sure you keep a lookout on your errands, because if they drop down from 115k damage to 90k damage, that's when you place another Zeke. And you see, you just follow the boss again with the Stark. What's annoying about the third boss is it's flipping Itachi, so he has a map pad stun. And it's quite frustrating to deal with. But yeah, you should still kill this boss. This boss is easy to kill. The third boss is the one I just don't kill at all. So that's the one I end up using the rumbling for. You see I get EML up next. This is just for the first rumbling. Still the first rumbling units. And yeah, this boss should just die pretty easily. It's just annoying that flipping Itachi keeps stunning. You can see, just make sure all units still have the Zeke buff. And now you place this guy here once the boss is dead. And you stay wary of Itachi. You know, Itachi is someone we're not going to be killing with the Zeke and all the units here. He's someone we're going to be rumbling. But I feel like he is possible to kill before rumbling. Place all your units, set them to bosses. I even placed 2 Starks back here, and it still wasn't enough, which is funny. You see, I'll start moving the Starks when I see the Itachi get close. Place this Stark here, set to bosses. Place the Stark here, set to bosses. And use the Gigantification. You can see the mobs just here just get cleared out, but it's just sad that you aren't able to kill the boss. Because you see 4 seconds there, you're stunned during your Gigantification, so pretty much you lost out on about a lot of damage, you know? It's a lot of damage. But pretty much you just stall this boss as much as possible. He's not someone you're going to be killing. And place this other Stark here. And you should probably just set all your units first just to deal with this a little leak. Because you don't want any shinobi puppets leaking. Because it messes you up. So make sure all units are set first. Because you are just going to be killing the boss rumbling. And luckily enough, the little leak at the front ended up dying. But just to make sure he dies, make sure you set all units first. And here I would just be stalling the boss as much as possible. And you just pretty much just stall as much as possible. And use rumbling a bit later. And the reason there's no set timing for this is because if you are inefficient with your slow on the boss, you're pretty much using it a bit earlier than me or a bit later. It depends. If you're good with your slow, you use it later. If you're bad with it, you use it a bit earlier. Just use it as soon as you see him cross a certain point. So looking at my video, just if you see him cross that certain point, just use it. So look, use that one in the middle though. The second Aaron. When he gets to about there, just use it and just stall him as long as possible. And the reason that I'll start timing, I said, because slow might be different for you guys. Pretty much with Stark here, it takes him one attack to mark them, and then the second attack slows them. So pretty much, what you need to do is, yeah, you need to after the slow, you wait about 16 seconds, and then place him again. So the mark is that attack, and then after the 4.5 seconds, he's pretty much slowing. That's how to optimize the slow. But you can see Rumbling take care of all these guys. And you just place all your stocks back where they were. Make sure all stocks are placed here. And now, instead of upgrading this Zeke, upgrade the Ymir first. Don't make the same mistake as me. I went for Zeke first, but it's better to go for Ymir. And clearly the reason for that is just Ymir's full AoE, so pretty much helping out. You'll see it does get a bit tight towards the end, but I somehow survive. That's why if you use Ymir, it'll be a lot less stressful towards the end. So yeah, just do what I said. Instead of Zeke here, upgrade Ymir. And pretty much here we're just surviving for dear life. Surviving until the 1 minute and 18 mark. But pretty much you're just surviving. You see, I went towards my Ymir next because I realized that going for Zeke was the wrong option. Like, see, so right now it's like 322? Yeah, 320. You just survive until the 1 minute 18 mark. And from here now, you just move all stocks towards the back. Just one by one. All stocks at the back. This is just to ensure no leaks. And when it hits 2 minutes and 20 seconds, you could just sow this Ymir for a buff. Because if you guys don't know, when you sow Ymir, for 120 seconds, buffs damage by 10%. No, buffs damage by 100% for all units. And all giant units, of course. And I think like 20% range. So there's the option for that as well. But if you have Ymir upgrade first, you're fine. So you just move all your stocks to the back. You see, we need to survive for about 40 seconds. So you just make sure you get all stocks to the back. So yeah, pretty much that's all it is. And then you see the timer. Whenever it hits 118, that's when you use rumbling. So make sure you're being attentive to that. You can't miss this at all. And 118 popped. And pretty much just stall as long as possible and survive. And you'll see what I do. Make sure all stocks are towards the back. The reason for this is because some enemies end up splitting the shinobi, the dismantled puppets split up into shinobi puppets, and if you don't kill them instantly, you pretty much just get cooked over and they kill you. See, so I saw my thingies. I'm looking out for any puppets. And pretty much there's one there, you see? That singular one there. I upgrade all my thingies there. And just upgrade. See? Making sure he dies. Now once he's dead, it's pretty chill. You can move all your units to the front. And now you just move all stocks to the front. The reason for this is just to break any shields that are shields of these enemies spawning. And that's all it is. That's it for the strat. Remember, make sure to pop your final rumbling at 118. And there's nothing I can actually say. Nothing much more for me to say. So yeah, that's it for the video. You know, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.